Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, episode 11, nearing the home stretch here, especially for the during the rest of these weeks series episodes too, so each one are nearing the whole home stretch. But anyway, The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, episode 11, Miller, fun episode, I would say, overall. Opens up, opening up that, with Komura that back at his house, and his mom should apply that he should get piercings, make himself look nice, and then Komura's like, hey, I dyed my hair and before and I did not look good, and his mom said, oh yes you did. You look good with piercings, and he says no. So you had a little fun moment because through the series you didn't get little moments with him talking with his mom that much, and you don't see their faces because here we finally get to see May's mom, but don't see their faces. So I guess in the series you don't see their parents' faces so. But I'd say we don't get too many moments with Komura talking with his mom that much. So, but it was funny, oh yeah, you look good in piercings, and oh, you did look good with your hair dyed, and he said no. So now he's just questioning now. Well, he's questioning should he get piercings or not? Because he said, well, he says he knows that May will look good because since she's a girl, she'll look good in piercings. So back at school, she's on the floor looking for something, and it's this little bead. But he's assumed that it's a piercing, right? So he's imagining, what was she like with her ears pierced, but she's applying that it's a bead. It's a bead though. She's going to apply to sew on one of these a little thing that they're making for the culture festival, for her exhibit. Each one they put it for arts and crafts, whatever. Put their name on it, right? And so, she's saying, "Oh, I don't get my ears pierced," and it's like, "Oh, okay." So he was kind of like, and then he would May was putting the bead against his ear. Imagine he would look like, what he look like with his ears pierced, and well, since she doesn't have her glasses, she can't see him. Was like, "Oh, you're right, And then by the time when the culture festival is starting, the day before the culture festival is that they're preparing stuff first they look at the on more things and sorry, I want to pause in there, but it was because the volunteers if they had to stay up a little late, to help with the culture festival at the last second, and Komura said he can stay late because until 7, and then, but May, her curfew is at 6 o'clock, so she can't be late. Otherwise, her mom will scold at her, and she doesn't get no cocoa in the next morning. So she tries to volunteer to stay till after, but one thing leads to another that Komura, she ends up finding May's phone on the ground, and it shows missed calls, right? So he goes and quickly hides behind a curtain, and while May was looking for Komura though, but she finds her phone and says she's missed calls, so she had no choice. She has to go home because it was 6:30, so it's past her curfew, so she has to go home, and Komura wants to go after her, and she noticed that once again she's mixing up her shoes again, like what was from before, but she has times she quickly runs out. So Komura grabs her shoes and tries to go after her. Then she stops on the way, and she's kind of a little bit crying to herself, right? And so by the time he gets to her house, which I believe this is the first time. Or was the first time? This is the first time that he's been to her house. So when she gets home, her mom, a little mad, right? It's It was like, hey, where were you, you know? And he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, she said, I'm sorry. And then she goes, well, whatever. Go inside. Eat your dinner. So she kind of said, well, how the way it was put like that, right? It sounds like she was mad. But then the doorbell rings and he's there. He comes in, tells her, hey, I have your shoes, you know. And like I said, this is the first time we see May's mom. And they apologize here, you can have your shoes, but and so, and which first she was surprised to see to all of a sudden just drop by unexpectedly at her house. So, and so, as he leaves, he goes and says, as he's leaving, he says to himself, you know, her mom is pretty, and so, by the next day, he's worried that that she may be upset though, right? So she does have her glasses on this time when she comes out on the day of the culture festival, and she's like reading like their diaries, you know, what they for the culture festival, reading their diaries, right? He's reading hers, saying that, hey, well, you know, I was late for my curfew, worried that I won't get my cocoa in the morning, and by the time he talks to her again, it's like, well, her mom wouldn't want her to get her cocoa in the morning, but then her dad, you know, because her dad is much more nice, you know, so it's like, yeah, she can get her cocoa in the morning. So he's like a little bit relieved on that. And it's by the time when the festival is starting, you know, like when they're in the auditorium, she gets out of her seat and goes outside. He follows her, and they're both sitting outside together. You know, even though she has her glasses on, he thinks that he wants to look at his face, and it's like, oh well, since you have your glasses on, you can see me, right? But he still wants, regardless, still wants her to look at her face. But even though she's saying that, oh, I'm being too demanding, I'm acting spoiled, am I? And he gets to the point where like this time he grabs her face, thinking that this is the moment, right? But it's not though. It's like, well, I can look at your face too, so. Because even though he likes her, though, he kind of earlier was referring to himself, I'm just a dull person, I'm selfish, you know, I'm boring. But still, it doesn't make that the girl still, that he still likes her so much, you know, so. And ends with her smiling, like, hey, and it gets a nice effect with the wind blowing with her hair, how the way her hair moves, you know, with the wind. A good animation right there. Because there's one thing was detailed was about her hair, you know. So it was a nice little fun, another little fun episode. The whole thing about with the ear piercings, you know, thinking, oh, maybe what will it look like? Because before he went back to school, when he was at nighttime when he was in bed, he was looking up on his phone instant piercings, you know. Now he's gonna judge himself: should he get piercings or should he not? Oh, well, how would she look? How would she look with piercings on? And then a little more with his mom's like, well, even though he dyed his hair, he didn't like it, but you look good. You look good with piercings on too. So, and then after that first time, we get to see May's mother when he goes to her house, trying to apologize for the shoe mix-up. And then afterwards, you know, just the whole thing with the talking to each other that, you know, how we can still want to look at each other. I'm like, I guess we already established that it's okay for him to look at his face or okay to look at her face. So we already established that. I think we could just get past that part a little bit though, but it was still regardless. It was another nice little episode. You know, with one more to go though, but I still think it was like I said. With this whole series, it's a nice, sweet, innocent, charming, little romance series, you know, with lots of bit of humor, in this as well. So, romantic comedy series, and shows how some good animation, you know, just showcasing a lot of times when just showing how clean this whole school is. I'm like, where's Mr. Clean? Is he getting paid to do this job? So, but yeah, it was a nice little fun episode. I would say. Another nice one, but seeing how the finale will be for next week though. But yeah, with the piercings and him going to her house and for the shoe mix up, and he was relieved that she didn't miss her cocoa in the morning. So that was what he was mostly concerned about. No cocoa? You miss your curfew? No cocoa? Then of course they showed that with her dad was much more nicer. So you can get the cocoa. So, but the whole thing with the curfew, I'm like, okay. She tried though, but she gets a bad thing is her mom would keep on calling her. So, but it was nice, another fun episode, I would still say. But anyway, yeah, but that's episode 11. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and we'll see you next time. Later.